Hey guys, my name is Topher Rommel. I am a member of the podcasting class, and unfortunately, I have yet to meet any of you. I haven't been able to log in and join the sessions or come to campus and be part of the class. And I do truly um, apologize for that. I would love to have given more time and attention to the class, and I understand I probably will have a failing grade or withdrawing grade, but I fully intend to take the class again just when things in my life have kind of calmed down a bit. So I work at IDEX. IDEX is a company where we make products for animals and livestock, and I work in R&D. So sometimes it can be pretty busy, and it can sometimes zap a lot of my energy, which is something I'm working on, creating those boundaries of saying, nope, I work, and then once I leave that behind, and I can indulge in the things that make me happy. And podcasting is one of those. My partner Ricky and I, we've been doing this podcast, since the spring, and we absolutely love doing it together. Right now, we just cover shows from like our childhood nostalgia. Right now, we're doing Digimon. Next, we're going to be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Some other animes that he hasn't watched. What just happened? Okay, sorry, my screen disappeared on me. Yeah, so we've been doing that. But on top of that, um, about 2 months ago, I got into a really bad car accident. I'm okay, but my car is totaled, and I have very little transportation to get from home to work, let alone get to class at the late hour that the class is set for. And I know, like as an adult, I know I need to be there, and it does weigh on me. And I try to complete the class assignments the best I can without having been into class. So again, I think I'm going to retake this course because I do like podcasting and I want to get better at it. I may have like the setup for it, but there's a lot of things I don't know. You know, even the art of speech is still challenging for me. Just having a conversation with someone that flows pretty easily, that's not too serious, kind of being able to relax in a conversation, get to the meat of it, be able to have like an outline kind of written up ahead of time, but also not becoming too robotic that you're reading a script. So our Digimon anime podcast, it's very much just watching the episode, talking about how we felt as kids, watching those, and then things as adults, things that we can point out, and just having that more of an adult view on a kid show. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a way for him and I to bond. Yeah, and to sorry, and to make things a little more complicated, my older brother died um 3 weeks ago. I didn't know him very well. He lives out in Georgia, but yeah, it's kind of I don't have a whole lot of family members or even friends that have passed away. So when I do have a passing, it's I'm not really quite sure where to put my emotions. I didn't know him very well, but he is related to me. Um, and the thing is like he looks like the spitting image of me. And it just kind of makes you realize that we need to take more time to spend time with our loved ones. We're always so busy, but we could just gotta make time for it. So, anyways, so yeah, I didn't want to do this video just as a bunch of excuses of why you haven't seen me in class. And again, it pains me because the professor, he is putting so much time and effort into, you know, showing us how to have a successful podcast, and I'm kind of squandering it, and I feel ever so guilty about it. So, anyways, let's see. So this is our setup for the podcast. Just two chairs. We got entertainment center, TV. Still some challenging. You can't see them yet. I'll show you after this part. We have two soft boxes hanging up. We have two key lights. We don't use them, at least not yet. I think it might be overkill or it might be positioning, but since we have a TV, the light reflects off of it, and that way you cannot see anything that's happening on the TV anymore. So that's a bit of an issue. It might just be the space that we're using. If it was a little wider, we would be able to get those lights to the side to kind of get rid of the shadows. But I'm not an expert on lighting. I have thought about hiring someone to look at it just to give us some ideas or pointers on settings, angles, but I don't know where to look for that. Maybe Uncle Henry's. I don't know if that's still a thing, but yeah, yeah. And then there's great people on Fiverr that have been helpful. We have a mixer over there, so we have the two microphones, and then our headsets that are so he and I can hear each other, and it's great because you can hear how you will sound in the audio. At first, it was a little trippy because the setup we had originally, you could hear yourself, but it was happening at the exact same moment you were speaking, which just, I don't know, it was unfamiliar to us, so it sounded funny. There's like some sliders and buttons. We end up hiring someone to turn all the settings in, like in tune to my voice and Ricky's voice, and this seems to be working pretty well. He said that he might want to make some adjustments over time as we become more comfortable projecting our voice. I think we were so new into it when he was helping us remotely, we might not have been our like regular selves. So, but yeah, here is the intro to our podcast. I believe it was one of the assignments. I am not reading this, but a lovely lady named April G, from Australia, wrote this for us.
It's time to power up your VHS and get fabulously nostalgic with Topher Rommel and Ricky Baker on What the Bleep Are You Doing? Strap in, darlings, as they dust off their Tamagotchis and sashay through their millennial childhood TV shows and movies. And they won't stop there. Our fabulous hosts also spill the tea on today's must-see reality and scripted TV. Tune in weekly for your dose of drama, nostalgia, and everything in between.
We love April. We don't know her because she's just someone who sells her services on Fiverr. But Ricky and I, we talk about her all the time. We hear her voice like 3-4 times a week, just playing these intros when we're recording. So it feels as if she is part of the team, which is cool. Yeah, so that is our intro. We don't have an outro. It's something that we could do, but just the way that we kind of say, like sign off, usually is, all right, guys, thanks so much for watching with us. What the bleep are you doing? We are, again, available on all platforms. You can check us out on TikTok. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so we have Sheepy up there. So yeah, you can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We are only available in video format on Spotify. If you have trouble looking for us, if you find us on TikTok, you can scan the QR code and it'll take you right to our podcast. Still coming up with easier ways for you guys to hop over to our different sites, such as like our merch store, the podcast, and some of the other fun things we have going on. We also have Peloton rides that are ready to go. So if you hop over to www.houseofrommel.com, you can go in there and you can schedule a training session with myself or Ricky. I do the tread of dread, and Ricky does the Peloton bike, which we call the cycles of chaos. So feel free to go on to the website, pick a day, pick a time, and leave us any information that you would like us to know, whether or not you want to see face to face using the built-in camera on the Peloton, or if you just want to ride and we can compare results after. Whatever you want to do with our time slot. Okay. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I could ask April to record me something a little more professional, but yeah, I don't know. I guess we just never really thought about it. Huh. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to share. We have episodes that play, but we also do shout outs. So people on TikTok will leave comments. And we just give them a little shout out here, like Onyx Bear. Can't wait for season 2. I'm gonna see if I can watch on my end. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read the monitor that's straight across from me. So I'm not always looking behind me. But you'll see in a minute, I have 2 monitors up there. One where I can see the camera recording, so I know everything's running smoothly. And then I have my computer sending over what I'm seeing on what you're seeing on the TV. So, yep. Yeah, I think that's it as far as podcasting. We try to do it twice a week. It's tough because just working 40 hours, both of us, editing videos, and then making sure we set that one thing we've learned in doing this podcasting and making a business is that a lot of relationships, I think it's like 80% of relationships that go into business together end up in divorce. So it's very important to say, okay, at 7:30 every night, we are not doing any business and we are just living together, just cuddling up and watching a movie. I think it's really important to have those times. I mean, there are some times where, we'll have a bunch of people over for dinner and, there was no time to do business. So sneaking in maybe an hour or two after the 7:30 rule, it can help. You can be flexible, but having that kind of line drawn in the sand and saying no business after this time, I think it really could work. So you got to make sure you put your relationship first and the podcast second, even though it's a rat race, really. I mean, to put out content and to get followers and then maintain that connection, you got to reply to all the comments. You need to, like, for instance, these shout outs, once a month we have a super fan of the month, and that super fan will get a free gift, something that we're making, a t-shirt, a coaster, something, just to show our appreciation that they are in this with us on growing this platform. And I really, truly, truly appreciate every single one of those comments, even the bad ones. So, all right, yeah, let me give you guys a little tour of my work area. Again, I'm bummed that the class thing hasn't really been working out. I'll keep putting work into it. I'll keep plugging away at the assignments. I'd rather do that. And even if I, don't pass the class, that's okay too. I'll definitely do it again because I feel like there's a lot I could learn. So, okay, here we go. All right. So